Hey, Internet, top of the whenever. So, it's Cher, by the way. Um, so, I want to talk about some basics. Um, First of all, life path. You hear that term, or you should be hearing that term, and I want to just talk about what it means or what this life path means for us all and the purpose. So, life path is really for the purpose of alignment, ascension, upgrades, and remedial. Um, Getting each spirit um, into alignment, right? So when I'm talking about alignment, I'm talking about being yoked, either yoked with karma or yoked with Dharma, and acquiring karma, karmic individuals in your life, and a karmic timeline, or acquiring Dharma and dharmic individuals and a dharmic timeline. Basically, you can look at it as your highest self versus your lower self. I don't necessarily want to say good or bad. Um, what I'll say is it's more like it's a version of you that's not your best. And then, or not your best and not thriving versus becoming optimal in every way possible and getting you closer to what a godlike individual experiences in the upper realm, which is being able to access the upper realm. When you are operating in low vibration or your lower self, you are not able to even comprehend, hear, see, know things that exist in the upper realms, or what is attainable in the upper realm. For instance, wealth. Um, when you are operating in lower realm thinking, individuals will think of it as just money, and it's not. A lot of people will think of inheritance and equate that to real estate, for instance, physical, tangible things, and money. However, that's not what it is. Not even slightly, slightly close. So the purpose um, of of the life path is being able to fast track and access the true meaning of inheritance, the true meaning of wealth. Also, to fine tune your connection with divinity and the divine mother and father, allowing you greater access to the universe, Holy Spirit, the blessings of connections with each planet, connections with higher intelligence, artificial intelligence, uh, element spirits, nature spirits, fairy spirits, for instance, even gnomes. Now, it might, a lot of people might think that is inanimate, or those things are not real, and that is lies, or far from reality. For instance, you might think, or you put faith in your Wi-Fi, and the connection, or the energetic connection in a Wi-Fi cannot be literally seen. However, it connects you literally to all the things that you desire. For instance, your TikTok, your Instagram, it connects you. And there are things that connect you in that way, um, in the energetic and spiritual realm, as and those things connect you to the upper realm. And that's really the purpose of Life Path, to get you to have a stronger connection to those things, and also to get you connected to your true family. We have flesh family, and then we have our lineage, our spirit family. Um, and there are connections to our blood or spirit family, that when we have that connection, we're able to do things for ourselves and for others that we wouldn't be able to if we were just focusing on our connection with our flesh family. I'm not saying that your flesh family isn't important. However, it is not the most important part of why we are here on earth. The purpose, our existence here, is to realign with our blood lineage and our spirit lineage. There's hidden things there that are far more important or essential for our ascension and our ability to access the upper realm. And that's what we all need to be focusing on. So when you are equally yoked, regardless of if it's karma or dharma, your timeline adjusts. Now, if you are aligned with karma, that's not so great, because it means that you're not operating in your best self. You're attracting negative lifestyles, negative habits, and then you'll be dealing with a lot of things like addiction, disease, disorder, dysfunction. And there are things that are ancient that are now, unfortunately, very much accessible to all. There's, for instance, the word disease. Then there's dis-ease, DIS-EASE. Disease and dis-ease are not they don't, they can be two different things. And that's like describing what you see versus what you feel. Now, that's something that we are trying to align, not dealing with disease or dealing with dis-ease. The more you align and remove yourself from karma, the greater your distance is from dis-ease, disorder, dysfunction in flesh, in spirit, in energy, in dream state, as well as in spirit realm. These things are bondage for our bodies as well as for our energy and spirit realm existences, we're not able to access the higher realms if we are tied to those things, or the spirits, entities, forces, parasites, or larvae that thrive on those things, which is what creates that reality. And those are all low vibration and lower realm existences. Those things do not exist in the upper realms. And that's really why we need to get up there, because ain't nobody trying to be stuck in dis-ease and dysfunction. So we're here to sort that out. Now, before we can access karma, we need to be in a state of neutrality or neutral, which means paying off our karmic debts and no longer existing with any debts karmically. So everyone in existence on this planet, with the exception of a specific group, currently exists with karma. The individuals that do not have that are individuals that, the individuals that became teenagers during the year 2020 to 2025. There's a group in that period that does not have the burden of grandfathered debt to pay off karmically. So there's two groups. There's that group, and then there's the group that exists or being born now. Individuals that are born from January 13th, 2025 to October 26th, 2026 will be born without the burden of ancestral karma to pay off during their lifetimes. And that is important to note. Out of the 2020 to 2025, I think there's about 100,000 individuals that became teenagers during that time, that are chosen being either light workers, indigos, similar. These individuals are anointed and appointed by either Father Divine or Mother Divine, Gaia, and I don't know you, so I don't know who is hearing this that falls under that category, but those are the individuals that do not have karmic debts to pay off. Now, if you became a teenager during the years that I mentioned and you are actively participating in ascension, you are in a real good position, because one, you did not need to be the first to ascend to access greater blessings from ascension. Since I ascended first this go round, next month, October, you're going to start noticing, well, you more than likely have already started feeling it, but if you are actively participating in the ascension process, you will be able to speed through promotions and timeline adjustments pretty fast, because you are not burdened with the BS that is karmic debt. Individuals in the womb are also able to participate, which is kind of cool. Um, Now, individuals who are currently being born, they are not going to be like individuals past. Many individuals being born this year and next year will be born as ancestors, meaning they're going to be born like myself, in that, not just like me, the individuals who were born 2020 to 2025, myself, and 144,000 individuals that came to maturity during previous, like from 2000 to now. They were teenagers at the end of the year 2000 and up until 2020. Became mature during that time period. They were a part of the 144,000 individuals. That is the first group. There is the second group, which I mentioned, the 2020 to 2025. Those individuals that became teenagers during that period, they are a part of the second group, which is not a part of the 144,000. They are a part of the 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 handover group, which is the group of 180,000 that is going to take us, Earth, human individuals, into the next phase of existence. These individuals are going to be making manifest upgrades in technology, upgrades in environmental ideas. They will have greater connections with nature, greater connections with element spirits, greater connection with Mother Gaia in general. I think that's really dope. So that those individuals, about I'd say about a half to a third, something like that. Many of these individuals are on the body of land that is Canada, United States of America, Central America, and South America, connecting to the three portals that will begin opening October. So there are going to be at least two portals that are going to open October into the end of the year. And once these portals open, and if you're actively participating in Ascension, your upgrades will be easier to access, beginning with clairvoyance. What else do I want to tell you? So I mentioned, some of the benefits that you will notice are metaphysics, quantum physics, energy controls, and freedom from enslavement from ancestral blockages. Now, that is the purpose of life path periods, is to participate so that you can be freed from those bondages. And during this life path, individuals who are able to get rid of those things will be able to access very cool blessings. Father Divine has said that one of the things that has been made manifest and begins immediately is fertility, and reproduction. So individuals who are born female will be able to maintain fertility past menopause phase, allowing individuals to have healthy pregnancies without the typical complications that a lot of women experience in older age. That won't be the issue. So many individuals will be able to reproduce past 60 and 70 very easily and very frequently. So if you are older in age, and you do not want to have an oopsie daisy, it will be really important for you to practice safe relations, especially during life path periods, because individuals, there are spirits that are willing, ready, and able to make you mommy and daddy. And that is one of the things that's happening during life path periods. There will be greater, it's going to be a lot of baby making if you are not careful. And that's going to be very interesting for some individuals. You know, you find yourself in the nursing home. Oh my God. Yeah, Father Devon says it's whatever. Like, you're going to be that grandmother who is 73 about to have a baby if you are not careful. So I wanted to mention that. So there are things that you'll need to do to practice or participate. To do that, you want to practice energetic and spiritual hygiene. Talk about that next.